Guten Morgen zusammen. Jetzt geht es ums Abendmahl. Und ich möchte euch Shamika vorstellen. Shamika ist sehr speziell für mich. Sie ist die wunderschönste Frau auf dem Planeten. Sie ist die geistigste Person, die ich kenne. Und sie wird uns die Abendmahlrede lesen. Die Bibelstelle, die ich vorlesen möchte, beziehungsweise die Shamika gewählt hat, die Bibelstelle ist in der Amplified Version, also in der englischen Bibel. Das ist die Amplified Version. Und hier steht geschrieben: You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. And I have appointed and placed and purposefully planted you, so that you would go and bear fruit and keep on bearing, and that your fruit will remain and be lasting. Das ist die Bibelstelle in Johannes 15, Vers 16. Ich gebe euch Shamika.
Come on, Shamika.
Thank you to everyone PM for the privilege of sharing what the cross means to me today. And I'm very emotional.
Come on, Shamika.
I would say what the cross means to me is chosen. And it derives from the word elected. And, sorry.
Come on, sis.
This week, I found myself really battling with purpose, with being chosen. And it's fitting, I saw the Netflix series called The Chosen. And I was praying and I was like, God, I saw my name that I would be sharing what the cross means to me, and I was praying and I was like, God, what does it mean? Because I just feel like I was in a whirlwind. And I saw this show, and one of the men in the show, he said, he didn't choose us. Well, we didn't choose him, but he chose us. And I was like, wow, that's exactly what it means to me. And when I think about my life, I remember I can sometimes look back often, and as I found myself this week. And just a little bit about me. Growing up, my family, we were quite well off, and so I'm very stubborn by nature. And so when I was 10 years old, I just was like, I know that I want to be a lawyer, and that's it. And no one can change my mind. And I was just like, I just want to help people. I want to fight for people. And that was my purpose. And when you look at the word purpose, it just means made to do something or created to do something. And I just was like, I'm created to just help people. And at the age of 17, 18, I was accepted into this program at one of the top law universities that I was gonna eventually go to. And I was like, my dream is coming true. I was like, when I'm 25, I'm gonna make partner, which is just you own half of the law firm pretty much. And I was like, this is my life. I'm gonna move to Nashville, Tennessee.
Come up.
In the middle of nowhere, because I didn't like people. I had this hate for people, but in a sense I was just wanting to help them to feel good about myself. And I remember I was like, I don't want to have children, I don't ever want to get married. I didn't like men. I was a hardcore feminist because I just felt like women should be equal, but to me I felt I was better than men. And so this was my life, and I was just like, I'm set for Tennessee. This is just what my purpose is. I created my own purpose for myself. And I remember when that didn't work out, that didn't happen, I was just like, oh, I don't have purpose. Like, what am I to do now with my life? And it didn't work out because at the age of 18, my parents were like, oh, we're moving. And so I had to drop out of this law program, meaning that I lost my spot in the law school. And so my life just spiraled out of control because I'm like, my life was planned and I became my own God. And when I look at it now, and just seeing this past week, I can tend to look back and just say, God, like, what if this would have happened, or what if I would have just traveled the world. My dream was to also even be a single mom and not have kids, but just to adopt and just travel the world with my adopted children. and just in a sense rule the world.
Come on, sis.
I just really, I remember I was having this conversation with Yuri, and he just was like, man, if you stayed that way, you would have been rotten inside. And I just said I already was. I was very rotten inside, and I looked down on people so much. And I always thought that I was better in my mind because I felt like I created my mind. I created this life for me, this world. And just seeing when Jesus called his disciples, I was watching this show and he called the worst of sinners. And I was like, I was just like them. And I still am. I'm still a sinner, of course, but I just was like, wow, like the love Jesus had for them was exactly the love he has for me. And when he called them and when he called me, it was profound, and it makes me think of the cross. And it leads me back to the cross because it's, so my choice of Christ was very different than his choice for me. His choice was a recreating, resurrecting, life-giving choice when he called me by name. And because of the cross.
Shamika.
I now have purpose, like a true purpose. I love people. I love to genuinely help people and fight for people. I have an amazing husband that calls me higher, and a gorgeous daughter, and she just makes me want more kids. And I just have life. I get to live life, and I don't have to search for purpose anymore. And we're all here for a reason because God has given us purpose. And he's chosen us, he's elected us by name. And if you're here today, and if you're searching for purpose, stop searching. Because God has you here for a reason. Yeah. And that's what the cross means to me. It means chosen for a purpose.
Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Million cups on your chairs or underneath. I'm very grateful for you people. Thank you. Let's pray, lass uns beten. Vater, vielen Dank, dass du wirklich das beste Leben für uns hast. Wir können so vielen Sachen nachgehen. Wir können Beziehungen nachgehen. Wir können dem Geld nachgehen. Wir können so vielen Sachen nachgehen. Aber was uns wirklich glücklich macht, das bist du. Was uns wirklich glücklich macht, ist eine Beziehung mit dir zu haben. Vielen Dank für Shamika, dass du sie heute benutzt hast, dass du aus ihr gesprochen hast. Und ich möchte zu dir beten und ich möchte bitten, dass wir dich alle von ganzem Herzen suchen, dass wir dir nachfolgen, dass wir dich lieben, weil du das beste Leben für uns hast, auch wenn wir es vielleicht nicht verstehen, wenn wir unseren eigenen Plan haben. Dieser Plan ist absolut nichts, wenn wir unseren Plan mit deinem Plan vergleichen. Danke, dass du ihr zuhörst. Ich bete das alles in dem Namen von deinem Sohn Jesus. Amen. Amen.